What is going on, everybody? Xaenca here, back once again with another video just for you. Friendly reminder as always, if you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now less than 3 weeks away from Avengers Endgame. Holy shit. This marks the culmination of 10 years of everything Marvel so far.
Culmination.
And we're still just hoping that Brie Larson and Captain Marvel don't ruin everything. Yes, haters and friends, it's another Captain Marvel video, but you already knew that, right? You read the title. To which, before we begin, I just want to give a big congratulations to Captain Marvel for passing $1 billion. Like I said before, another very average, very subpar movie passes $1 billion at the box office. Now, obviously, I respect all of the other very average subpar movies for passing $1 billion more than Captain Marvel because they did not have the absurd amount of manipulation behind their success stories. And don't for 1 second try to justify that Captain Marvel's a good movie because it hit $1 billion. Because where Captain Marvel is number 30 on the all-time worldwide, not adjusted for inflation box office numbers, Transformers Age of Extinction is number 24 with $1.104 billion. And I'm pretty sure nobody needs any convincing that that was a steaming pile of shit. So congratulations on the box office, financial success so to speak, but you're still just gonna be known as the worst MCU movie to date. With that out of the way, the latest news regarding all of this is that Brie Larson filmed Avengers Endgame before Captain Marvel. While the cast and filmmakers were understandably tight-lipped about what happens in Avengers Endgame during Sunday's press conference for the Marvel film, Captain Marvel actress Brie Larson did confirm long-standing rumors about which MCU film was her first. This film will always be personally dear to me because it was my first time playing Captain Marvel, Larson said, from a stage that included several of her co-stars as well as directors Joe and Anthony Russo and producer Kevin Feige. We shot this first, so I had to stumble and figure out who this character was with no script for this and no script for Captain Marvel either, and perform for the first time in front of legends. But it was incredible, Larson recalled. This film deals with some heavy subject matter, so you're bouncing in between things that feel very deep and serious, and then you're going off and playing Boggle, which I'm very good at, just to be clear. Yeah, highly doubt that. She said about her time on set filming Avengers Endgame, and there's no other word I can describe it as a surreal. What the hell sentence is this? I'm super excited for this to come out just so that I can talk about it. I really want to talk about my experience, which I haven't been able to do for a very long time. Yes, Brie, please give the people what they want. They so desperately want to hear you talk about your experience, because we all know how well that's worked out for you so far. But when I first read this, I was like, that's a little bit interesting. So the Russo brothers actually got a hold of Brie Larson before Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck got a hold of her. So that might actually be a positive thing. Maybe she wasn't full SJW yet. If we look at the timeline, they started filming Avengers Endgame in August 2017. Our first introduction to SJW Brie Larson was October 2017 with the now notorious TSA agent tweet where she tried to bandwagon on that Me Too movement.
Oh my god, all I did was smile at a TSA agent and he had the nerve to ask me for my phone number. Sexual harassment much?
But yeah, maybe the Russo brothers got a hold of her before she went full SJW. Because we all know that Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck were all about the feminist agenda for their Captain Marvel movie. And we all know that Brie Larson said that the Captain Marvel movie was going to be her activism. But maybe, just maybe, Brie Larson wasn't completely full of herself yet when she was filming under the Russo brothers for Avengers Endgame. Maybe we'll see some actual personality out of Brie Larson in this film. Or maybe all of this optimism is just me being in denial because I've already committed to going to watch Avengers Endgame, and maybe I really just don't want to go into a deep sigh every time she's on the goddamn screen. Like every time she's up there, just be like, ugh, this bitch again. It's probably the latter, but let me pretend at least. And the next thing that I'm going to talk about is what people revealed that they saw in the Cinemacon 2019 footage this past week. This may have spoilers, just letting you know, but anyway, here we go. Marvel showed new Avengers Endgame footage to a select few people. Here are all the spoilers, so I guess he's calling them spoilers, but this is by Chris Smith at BGR.com. It's been a busy week for Disney and Marvel when it comes to promoting the new Avengers movie. We saw a brand new special look clip on Tuesday that showed a lot of new footage, and a TV spot followed revealing additional unseen scenes. But that's not all the new Endgame footage fans got to see this week. If you were in attendance at Cinemacon 2019 this week, you saw a clip that Marvel is yet to share with the world, a scene that spoils a significant plot detail from the first act. Of course, most MCU fans haven't been that lucky, but at least you got to read about it. We're treated to a scene that has a bunch of the surviving Avengers, as well as Carol Danvers, IO9 reports. We know now how she arrives on Earth thanks to that great Captain Marvel post-credits scene, so we know the following action takes place soon after Captain Marvel arrives. The Avengers are standing around quietly, and Captain Marvel starts to leave the room. "Where are you going?" Captain America asks her. "To kill Thanos," she says. "Wait," Black Widow says, "we usually work as a team. We know you're important up there, but this is our fight too," Cap adds, asking, "How do you plan on finding him? Do you know where he is?" Her response, "I know people who might know." Ugh, this bitch again. You see what I mean? This is not even me physically seeing it. This is just me envisioning it in my mind, and my eyes are rolling already. And just thinking about it got me going into that deep sigh and just... this bitch again. That's when Nebula chimes in, saying that she knows where Thanos is, a place called the Garden that he often mentioned to her as he was torturing her over the years. Great. Thanos has a retirement plan, Rhodey says. Now Rocket comes into play, saying that when Thanos snapped, it sent out an energy field unlike anyone has ever seen. 2 days ago, that happened again on a different planet. So let's go get them and use them to bring everyone back, says Captain Marvel. Black Widow says they owe it to the dead to try, but Bruce Banner is worried. They're understaffed, and he asks how they know it's not going to end like it did last time. If any of this sounds familiar, that's because we've already heard fragments of this conversation in the recent special look and TV spot clips. We heard Natasha saying that we owe it to those who aren't here, and we heard Bruce Banner saying they're understaffed.
If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah, you mean because he killed all our friends?
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
This is when Captain Marvel says, "You didn't have me." Ugh. God damn it. Rhodey is quick to respond, "Hey new girl, everyone hears about that superhero life," wondering where she had been all this time. Carol says that there are a lot of other planets out there, and not many are lucky enough to have you guys. Thor stayed quiet all this time, but he stands up, walks to Carol, and summons the hammer. This, of course, is a scene we've seen in the second trailer. Captain Marvel doesn't flinch, and Thor says, "I like this one." Cap then says, "Let's go get the son of a bitch." Then the scene cuts to the Benatar. "How many of you have never been to space before?" asks Rocket. A few people raise their hands. "Well, don't throw up in my ship," he says. In 3, 2, 1, they jump, and the ship shoots off into space. We watch it as a reflection in Captain America's eye as the ship disappears. We've already seen the same group flying the Benatar through space earlier this week. In other words, Marvel reshuffled a lot of the Endgame scenes above into footage, trailers, teasers, special looks, and TV spots it made public on YouTube. And if it all sounds familiar, that's because the same clip was shown during the Disney shareholders meeting last month, a few days before Captain Marvel premiered. I wouldn't be surprised to see Marvel drop the scene on YouTube in the coming weeks, not that it showed it twice to select audiences. So there you have it, that is the breakdown of the footage that came out in Cinemacon 2019 this past week. Thank you to Chris Smith at BGR.com for writing this article. Now based on this, I'm trying to figure out what the hell Captain Marvel's character is supposed to be after, what is it, like 2 decades after the events of the Captain Marvel movie. She's obviously very arrogant, right? Because she basically storms out of the room saying, "I'm gonna go kill Thanos," like it's that easy. The whole "you didn't have me" thing, I mean, it's not like you guys had Thor or Scarlet Witch, Vision, I mean, the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not like you had this ultimate powerhouse of a group that now half of them are wiped out. Not to worry, I, Captain Marvel alone, make up for all of those that were lost, plus more. That's what it sounds like to me when you say something like, "You didn't have me." So is that her character? She's just like an arrogant bitch? I mean, if it is, then fine, but I just don't get it. The positive side of her possibly just being an arrogant bee is that it could be a potential character arc for her. Amongst the plethora of complaints I've seen people have for the Captain Marvel film, one is the major lack of character progression for Carol Danvers. Basically, she's a Mary Sue. She solves all the problems easily. She has no struggles. Now, if that's how she maintained to be throughout the past 2 decades of her now just going off into space and fighting battles and solving everything easily, of course she's gonna be an arrogant bee, but that leaves room for an actual character arc. It would be very similar to Thor's arrogance in the first Thor film, where he learned that he's not entitled to being a god nor having the throne. He needed to deserve those things. Now here comes Captain Marvel, same kind of arrogance. Thanos could actually be her first real obstacle. She could go up to Thanos, same arrogance and all and get beat down and be faced with an all is lost moment like all great characters do. Because from everything I've read and seen, there is no all is lost moment in Captain Marvel. This could be it. Because once Thanos feeds her that humble pie, maybe she can realize that she is not the be-all end-all. She cannot solve everything by herself. And maybe then, through uniting with the original Avengers to defeat Thanos once and for all, that lesson learned that you could use all the help you can get when the universe is at stake compels her to form the new Avengers, consisting of characters that I don't really care all too much about, thus feel very indifferently about either way. But at least it would have given her a character arc. I'm just saying. This footage specifically got people all worried again that Captain Marvel is going to be the one to single-handedly end Thanos, but I'm gonna choose to believe that the Russo brothers knew what they were doing. They've given us no reason to doubt their work so far, neither have the writers. The Captain Marvel movie was by 2 directors that probably should not direct any Marvel movies moving forward. I'm gonna choose to trust in the Russo brothers. Hopefully, they do not disappoint us. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you did end up enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends, family, whoever you think would be interested in garbage like this. And subscribe, ring that notification bell, and click that always so you can always be alerted every time I put out another one of these furikake chickens. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.